talking. Yeah, we let our actions speak for us, and of course, niggas killing in the coffin. Yeah, we did the dash like Moss in the Porsche, nigga.
Welcome back to our channel. I am Beauty.
I'm the Chief.
And this is part 2 of our road trip to Vegas. So we are just going to give you some commentary on our last night there at Fremont Street, and then our adventure of a drive back to LA. It was a hot mess. So we went to Fremont Street, as we said, and it was real cute. It was, well, basically, I'm gonna back up. Fremont Street is basically old Vegas, right? So it's like the old strip. It's real cute, low key, very local vibes, you know, not the hippity hoppity that's on the regular strip. So I liked it. How did you like it compared to the regular strip?
I liked it, but apparently this is the strip before the strip. So it's more of a local scene. It was nice. You know, the lights are, you know, it's Vegas. So, I don't know, it was cool. It was a lot cheaper, so I'm cool with it. So, you know, anytime I go to Vegas, I'm going to Fremont.
It was cheaper. It was less crowded. Like I said, more low-key. You didn't necessarily have to, like, dress up. You still see some things that you would only see in Vegas, but
it's very Vegas. Listen, I'm not a gambler. You know, I don't gamble too much at all, actually, but I did throw a couple dollars.
And what did you win?
What do they call cash? A couple of my pros to swine. But I won, I won 100. I put up like 40 and I won 100. Won a honey.
Good job.
Won a honey bun.
All right. Had something called Blue Death. That was interesting.
I don't recall having anything called Blue Death. What are you talking about?
At the bar.
Oh, she had her Blue Death. I had my water.
That's not true, because he was the main one. Like, oh,
she had water.
He wanted us to take 2, so we both took 1, and then we shared the second one. Don't let him fool you. Do not let him fool you.
Let's let the people see Fremont for themselves.
All right, take a look.
How'd you like it? Let us know in the comments how you liked it.
Screw said they can't answer you. Anyway, tell us in the comments how you thought Fremont Street was.
Yeah, did it look like you would prefer it over the Strip? Have you been to Fremont? These are all questions that you can answer in the comments below. In the comments section.
Anyways, so the next morning, we are all set to drive back to LA because Chief here had class. And we get stuck in this blizzard.
You know, we live in California if you haven't figured it out. And I didn't even know it snowed in California. And that was one of the big reasons I moved down here, was to get away from the snow.
Well, yeah.
And it does snow in California.
Pretty bad.
And it was some of the worst snow I'd ever driven in.
Oh, let's talk about how I was driving first. And I had a little meltdown because it was just, you just sliding everywhere. Driving 5 miles an hour, mind you. And I'm still sliding. I couldn't crash his car, so I made him drive.
But God, let me tell you this. Let me tell you how fortunate she is to have such a driver with her.
He was anxious too. He done called his cousin.
To have such
talking about, what do I do?
To have such a driver, 10 and 2, doing what I do best behind the wheel.
He is a really good driver.
Got us there safely. You know, but it was extremely dangerous. I wouldn't downplay it. I was actually crying. It almost had me nervous.
No, he was nervous. He had anxiety the entire time.
No. I was almost nervous in this situation, and
almost
it's there were times when we lost control. There were times when we had to pull over.
We bypassing accidents, semis on the side of the road, cars in ditches, and we ain't had none of that.
We didn't have anything.
By the grace of God, in a little car.
So yeah, take a look at this footage, and you can actually see how it gets worse. So we didn't check the weather. We didn't think we needed to. This is California. We don't check the weather, right? So you can actually see a little bit. You don't really get to see because you wasn't there, so you're not gonna really get to feel. You can see, but you can't feel, right? So you'll get to see how
crazy it was.
Yeah, how I just kind of went from like, we was vibing, we was chilling. I had R&B playing the whole, it was real vibey in the car. And then it started to rain, then it started to snow, and then it just kind of,
and then you couldn't see in front of you.
And then we couldn't see, it got to a point where we couldn't see. We've done enough talking and showing the footage. There's a lot of wrecks up here. Gosh.
This is why I keep nuggets in the car.